the students message me that we are not available. They message me in private. So then I was like concerned कि miss हो रहा है उनका. And
Okay.
you were also late. तो only Prasad was there again. So again I thought like ठीक है एक दिन होगा. But आज भी जब उनका message आया I told them कि then students message me that okay we'll attend after Diwali. I was like okay. So I'll have to take revision after Diwali again. But yeah, on
Chalo.
whatever they miss out. So it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. But I am not planning to give lot of holidays because I am not available in December first week. Like I will not be available from 3rd of December to 12th of December. So that's the reason. And एक आध छुट्टी बीच में भी होगी. So
Okay.
that's the reason मेरे side से I am not giving any holidays for Diwali. Yeah.
No, I will be regular again from 3rd November because I'll be in Pune after that.
हाँ.
And then my office will be resumed. So I'll be in Pune, then I don't have any. So only when I go to office, because
Hmm.
my kid is in, my son is in daycare, so I have to come and pick him up from daycare.
Correct.
So it takes more time from SB Road to Bagoli because I
I know.
have to travel.
I
So
know that.
that day it took 3.5 hours to cover me.
Oh.
That's, yeah, that distance
From
because
where?
I don't know. So from SB Road to Bagoli,
SB Road. अपना शिवाजी नगर.
Shivaji Nagar, right?
Ooh.
And hardly it takes 45 minutes
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah. Non-stop. Like if you
right,
don't have any traffic, then it hardly takes 45
right,
minutes. That's true.
right. Then I reached at home yesterday at 8:30. So
Wow.
and then I saw the message that the class cancelled. So then I
You
thought,
might be happy after seeing that message that okay, I did not miss out on anything.
right, because I always would like to be
Punctual, yeah.
punctual, but yeah, due to this my office timing and traffic, I might be
Correct.
someday like 10 to 15 minutes I'll
So
be
far,
late.
you have learned about the segmentation, targeting.
Correct, correct. No problem. I understand that part.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, my screen froze. Yeah. Hmm. 1 second. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, 1 second. Today, though, it was raining over here.
Hmm.
I reached
Yes, ma'am.
home and it started raining. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. As you guys can see on the screen, we have finished first part of unit 1. Correct. Now we'll be resuming with the second part and we'll finish the unit 1 today. Okay. Now here you can see greetings from around the world. Now you might know that as you go from one region to another, the greetings change. Of course, the universal greeting that we use worldwide now is a handshake. Okay, but it is technically or culturally from United States. Now same way, if you go to another region, they might give a kiss on the cheek, okay, as a greeting. Then in some cultures or in some countries they bow, right? To be particular, in Japanese culture they bow, okay, when they want to greet someone. In some cultures they give a hug or a pat on the back or a fist bump. Now take a screenshot of this. For homework, what you're going to do is you're going to find out in which countries these greetings are most common. Okay, you will try to find it out and you will write it down. Now this is specifically for people like who are planning to travel to foreign country, or you might come across people from different cultures. Say Prasad tomorrow uh, comes to know, or his boss told him that okay, a delegate is coming from Japan and he has to go and receive that delegate in on the airport. Correct.
Hmm.
So how to greet them? So if he bows in front of you, you will get surprised because this has happened with me. Okay, a CEO of the company, I was taking one classes. I was actually teaching his children who are actually college students. They were Koreans basically, and that person was a CEO of the company. But because I was a teacher of their, like, his daughter and son, he bowed in front of me, and I knew that person is a CEO. So I was a bit surprised that, okay, this person is the CEO of the company, and why is he bowing in front of me? But I was a teacher for his kids, so he was a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised, correct? Because he was giving me respect, because they give a lot of respect to their teachers. Somehow we don't follow that culture in India anymore, but yeah, they give a lot of respect to their teachers of their kids. So I was a bit surprised, and that person was like in his 50s, and I'm in my 20s, so I was a bit surprised with that part. So you guys should know, right? We should be culturally aware. So same way, what is the greeting that we follow in India?
Hence,
Like handshake.
or नमस्ते.
वही बताया ना, हम अपना कल्चर भूलते जा रहे
नहीं नहीं नहीं
हैं.
अभी हम लोग नमस्ते करते और क्या करते हैं हैंड
नमस्ते ही करते हैं. दैट इज आर कल्चर.
राइट
हैंडशेक इज नॉट आर कल्चर. वी हैव
राइट राइट
अडॉप्टेड देयर कल्चर. करेक्ट. सबसे
मेरे को
पहले
वही बोलना
हैंडशेक
था
निकलता है.
राइट कि प्रणाम करना है या कभी कभी हम चरण स्पर्श भी करते हैं
हाँ,
राइट
एग्जैक्टली.
तो
तो नमस्कार ही हो गया, वो नमस्ते ही हो गया बेसिकली.
ओके ओके
मराठी में हम नमस्कार बोलते हैं, नमस्ते ही हो गया. हम हाथ जोड़ के नमस्ते कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो फिर पैर पड़ के कर
पैर पर
सकते हैं, बट नमस्ते ही हो गया, राइट? सो दैट इज आर कल्चर. डोंट फॉरगेट आर कल्चर. लाइक मैंने पूछा वैसे ही सबसे इम्प्रॉम्प्टू पहले आंसर आया हैंडशेक. या, सो that is also correct, because that's something that we follow in our work setting. Okay, now when we talk about handshake, we might not know that there are rules that we have to follow when we talk about handshakes. Any ideas what are these rules?
Mm-hmm. No, man.
नेवर थॉट
Never thought so.
Never thought about that. Like,
Exactly, that's again something that we never think. It's a very minor thing that we don't pay attention to it. जब हम किसी से मिलते हैं रोज़मर्रे में भी, हम जब अपने कलीग से मिलते हैं, सबसे पहले हम क्या करते हैं कि हैंडशेक करते हैं. बट वी नेवर पे अटेंशन टू कि what are the rules that we are supposed to follow when we talk about these handshakes. Correct? So that is something that we are going to see today. What are the, one second, sorry. So what are the rules that we are supposed to follow when we talk about handshakes? Okay, I want you to pay attention to this video by Jamila. She's a famous etiquette coach. Okay, so we are going to first watch her video, and then I'm going to elaborate some more on some specific rules that she talks about, and some specific rules which are appropriate according to our culture again. Okay, pay attention. The accent might be a bit different, but again, the way I told last time, I want you guys to understand different accents. Correct? The subtitles are also on if you don't understand anything. Okay, pay attention, and I want you guys to make notes. You're going to tell me what are the rules at the end. Okay, one second.
What are the techniques or the rules for the perfect handshake? So first things first, when you are doing a handshake, you're extending your hand straight in the line that follows your natural body line. Then you make sure that your fingers are wrapped around the hand of the person that you are greeting. Your fingers are also engaged in this process. Rule number 2, when you are going for a handshake, ensure that the web of your hand is touching the web of the other person's hand so that you can feel this connection with the other person. This will help you to better establish rapport or otherwise a trustworthy relationship with the other person. Now that your hands are connected, web to web, fingers wrapped around the other hand, make sure to shake the hand firmly. Firmly means that you have to feel the other person's hand in your hand and engage actively into the handshake. You do not just offer your hand to be shaken, neither do you try to bone crush the other person's hand. The fourth rule is that your elbow should ideally be at 90 degrees. But of course, sometimes depending on a situation, if you are standing up to meet someone who is seated, or if you're seated for some reason can't get up, you're meeting someone who is standing, of course this trajectory can change. But generally when you are both standing, then your elbow should be at a 90 degree like this. Rule number 5 is the number of pumps. Remember the aggressive pumper who would pump it for hours and hours? Now in this case, the general rule for a proper handshake is 3 to 5 pumps the most. If you do less than 3 pumps, it might seem like you are shy, that you're not confident, you're probably someone who can't be trusted because you're trying to get away from the handshake as soon as possible. But if you prolong the handshake for more than 5 pumps in a very aggressive manner, that can show that you're trying to establish dominance, that you're being aggressive, you're perhaps being pushy. Again, keep in mind the culture of the person that you're meeting. In some cultures, elders consider it paternal to hold the other person's hand, younger person's hand for a while, pumping it for an extended period of time. In other cultures, people try to get away with least amount of pumps. So whatever it is, keep in mind the culture of the opposite person that you are handshaking with, but the optimal number is from 3 to 5 pumps. The sixth rule for perfect handshake is that the handshake should be done in up and down motion. It's not side to side, it's not in wave-like motion. Just keep in mind that you have to pump the hand up and down. Rule number 7 for a perfect handshake is ensuring that you maintain an eye contact with the person who you're handshaking with. This is very important. So our hands are connected and so should be our eyes. Sometimes people offering their hands for a handshake gaze at their own hand or the hand of the person who they're shaking their hand with. This is not the right way of doing it, because this might give an impression that you're trying to hide something, that you're not someone that could be trusted or reliable because you cannot look into the person's eye. If you catch yourself looking at your hand, make sure to turn your gaze back at the gaze of the person you're handshaking with. Rule number 8 for a perfect handshake is, of course, smiling. When you are handshaking the other person, make sure that you give them also a genuine smile. While they're gazing in your eyes, make sure to smile at their face, because that translates as trustworthiness, as warmness, as someone who could be trusted and someone who could be approached, and you want to make that impression. So make sure not to forget to smile. And the ninth, the final rule for a perfect handshake is making sure that you stand up when you handshake other person. All kind of greeting forms happen on foot. This is about showing the other person that you respect them. You're physically fully there to shake their hand or to greet them in any other form of greeting. Of course, there are some circumstances where you cannot physically get up. Maybe you're seated at the concert and there are a lot of seats and people have occupied all the seats and you physically cannot fully stand up on your feet. Then you would gently rise up a little bit from your seat, say, "Excuse me, I can't stand up," offer your hand for a handshake. Or you're in a meeting room and you're seated at the table and someone arrives, you cannot fully stand up on your feet, you can just gently elevate yourself from the seat. Again, excuse yourself, explain that you cannot get up, fully excuse yourself for that, and then offer your hand for a handshake. But in all other circumstances, if you're seated in the room and someone walks in and you can physically get up, then make sure to stand up and then offer your hand for a handshake. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. I really do hope that this video
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me, what are the rules that she elaborated?
Elbow should be 90 degrees straight.
Okay, what else?
Though
Minimum, yeah, like like 5 times you need to shake the hands, like
Yeah, pumps. They're called pumps. 3 to
pumps.
5
Okay,
times. Minimum नहीं, maximum 5. Minimum 3 है.
okay.
ठीक है? And it
So
should be up and down motion.
maintain eye contact with that, so in front of that who's standing with them. You just maintain the eye contact with them.
Okay. What
And
else?
whenever you are doing handshake, you should stand and
Yeah, this is very
give the.
important. You must
It's like
observe
it's
this.
one of respect for that person. You are.
Exactly. Exactly. This is a very important rule which many people don't follow in India. Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. My screen crashed. Yeah.